So what we're going to do is we're going to draw this one piece here with our dovetails in it, so our tails, and then we're going to duplicate it for the other side, and then just draw solid rectangles for these other two pieces, assemble them, and then use the combine tool to cut everything out. So let's have a go at that. So we're in our sketch here. I'm going to grab my rectangle. So I'm going to draw my full rectangle first. So it's going to be 140 by 400. Now I can go through and draw my dovetail now if I wanted to, or I can extrude it. So I might extrude it just to make it easier. And I'm going to extrude it the 19. And so then we're going to come through and draw our dovetails into here. So we're going to sketch it out. And we're going to just zoom in on this one end here and start drawing out our dovetails. Now, if we look real close, so our tops of our tails is 20. So this is 20. Our tops of our pins are 8. And our shoulder pins at the bottom are 4. So let's jump in and try and draw that. So I'm just going to go here to here. There's dovetail number 1. Then I'm going to come in and draw this shape here. Now I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to dimension these because I'm going to try and use a pattern tool to make this a little bit easier if I can. So we've got 4 millimeters in here. We've got from here to here has to be 19. And our angle, so we've got a pitch of 1 to 6 this time. So I'm going to use an angle of 75 and see if that works out all right. So we know that this one here is now tops of pins are 8 millimeters. From here to here is 19. And then we need to dimension our 75. And I'm just going to use the equal. So I'm going to make this side equal to this side, which will make it all the same angle. And we just need to dimension our dovetail pins out as well, which is 20 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is I need to take this one shape and put it in all 4 corners. So I'm going to use the mirror tool. So I'm going to grab a line. I'm going to make it a construction line. So there, if I come down that line, that triangle is the center point. I'm going to go to this center point. I'm going to come across here and put in a line center to center as well. Why did I do that? Because I'm going to mirror this and this around this line. So sorry, unselect that one. Mirror line is this line here. I'm going to go okay. And I'm going to do another mirror. And this time I'm going to select this line, this line, this line, and this line, and mirror it around this center line. And so now we've got all 4 corners done. I then need to make my dovetails. So I have this part here is this part here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pattern. So I'm going to rectangular pattern this one. I'm going to choose my 4 lines. We're just going to drag them down. And we said we needed 4. Now, how far apart are they? Well, the way that this works is that's minus 50, minus 60. So you just need to work out the distances. So what this says is, it's doing the extent. I actually want the spacing. So extent is sort of from the start to the end. I actually want to say how much distance is between each one. So now you can see when I move it, it's just under here. So I've got minus 30. So if I move it to here at 0, and then 10, 20, 30. So let's just keep pulling him down. And we're going to try minus 25. It just needs to be a little bit bigger. So it needs to be 28 millimeters apart because you can now see that they're all nice and even. We click OK. So now we have all of them put in and we can now mirror all of them. So we've selected all of our dovetails and we're just going to mirror them around this center line to the other end. So now we have all of our pieces ready to cut out. So we just have to be careful that we choose the right pieces now. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So there's a little bit of work here to get all of our dovetails drawn. So I'm going through I'm going to flip it so it's cutting them all out. But once they're all laid out nicely, we only have to draw them once. So I've only literally drawn one part here, one part there, and everything else is fixed. And so if I went back in here, not that sketch, sorry, if I went back in here, if I just changed this to 35, and I just went in and changed this to 35, it looks a bit funny, but it updates everything in one go, which is pretty cool. So if I made changes later, it would all update. So there's our first piece. So we need another piece on the side here. So we're just going to sketch off. Let's just go off the top face, draw out our rectangle just off to the side. So he needs to be 400 by 19. We're then going to extrude him down. So the whole shape needs to be extruded, and it is 140 tall. And so there's our two pieces. Now we're going to do some duplicating and some rearranging. So we're going to duplicate first. So move or copy. I'm going to click create copy. Just take note I'm on free move. I'm just going to drag him over there. I'm going to grab this piece here, right click, move or copy. I'm going to create a copy and drag him down this way. So there's our 4 pieces. So we need to assemble these back together. So let's just change the color of these two first. So appearance, right click, appearance, dark wood, dark wood. And now what we're going to do is we need to make them all components, ground one piece, and then create our joints. So right click, create component on all 4 pieces here. I'm then going to ground a piece. So this one is in a nice spot. So that one there is component 1. Right click and click ground. And now we can join these together. So if I come and grab my joints, I think on this one, what are we going to use to line everything up? I might use the top corner. So the top inside corner with green facing or blue facing up, red facing right. So blue facing up, red facing right. So that one's done. Same here. Same here. Except I'm on the outside corner, so just be careful. And then we can leave that last one because it's already locked in without having to do any of our joints. So there is our lovely box, and we just need to do our combine to cut everything out. I'm going to use my combine tool. I'm going to target this one using my 2 outside pieces. And I'm going to target this one using my 2 outside pieces as well. So there is our box. And you can see there's our dovetails, but if I turn off the top one and this one here, I have all of my dovetails cut out nicely in my pieces of wood. And the beauty of doing it this way is that if we went in and changed any of our dovetails, so if I go all the way back to my sketch here and just say, oh, I actually want them to be 12 millimeters long and 12 millimeters long. When I change that, because Fusion works in order, it actually updates everything. And now instead of having through dovetails, I have blind dovetails. So it makes it really easy once you've drawn it out to make any adjustments you'd like to create.